podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm
Suavemente. Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me, so talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the Boxing Voice.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another breaking news edition with the Boxing Voice Radio. You already know.
Nigga acts about me, I'm a hustler,
Oh, man, we working over here, man. Me and Francis, the praying man, this Toronto's own. What up, champ?
What's happening, everybody? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the man upstairs for another one. We hustling. We working to bring you the best content we possibly can and breaking news. And this is breaking news.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, I mean, look, how was it for you receiving this particular news that Reynoso and Canelo were interested in this fight? And I'll give you the quote and then pull up some audio, but Errol Spence versus Canelo would be interesting. The only thing difficult is the weight class. Canelo is now fighting at 168 pounds since Spence would have to move up. If it's a fight that could be made, Spence can start to move up to 160 pounds and Canelo can move down to 160 pounds. And I think that the way to get this done is for Spence to be ready immediately after the Triple G fight, because in this interview they did say that the only person they would go down for is for that Triple G fight, and that's when you catch him if you're Earl, when he's down there, or else this one escapes you, and you don't want that to happen. If you're Earl, you want to swim with the big fish that is Canelo. Look, I get it. He's got to fight with Callum Smith, and that's better if you're Earl, you know. Let him move up, then come down. You catch him on the way down. And again, let's just hope that we can have fans for this one when it's time, because this is going to be 100,000 in Cowboy Stadium without a doubt. Jerry Jones is going to bid out the roof for this. Everybody knows it. You know it. I know it. I've been calling for this fight for at least a year and a half, and I'm just really happy. I'm really happy that they're finally paying attention to what it is that not only makes dollars, makes sense, but what's going to attract the casuals. And I think Canelo, Errol Spence does that. They do 100,000 in Texas, Jerry Jones Stadium, without a doubt, in my opinion. That's how I'm looking at this, man. Seriously.
And in my opinion, this says a lot about Errol Spence as a fighter, because, you know what I mean, he has stablemate, his brother's stablemate. You have other fighters who are not being talked about. Their names are not coming in the conversation when Canelo was talking about fighting. And for a 147-pounder, a unified 147-pounder to be talked about by arguably the pound-for-pound best in boxing in terms of fighting is huge news. Now, Spencer said before that he didn't want to step on any toes in terms of Jamal and fighting Canelo over him, but business is business. If they make this deal happen, they can make this deal happen. This says a lot about the big fish, and yeah, this looked like it's gonna happen, man. They're gonna make the deal. Clearly, Canelo recognizes the numbers. In my opinion, the numbers that Errol Spence brings to the table and the numbers that he can generate on pay-per-view, being his third consecutive pay-per-view in a row. Canelo ain't stupid. He know where the money is. And that's what I'm saying right there. Shout out to Spence for being, you know what I mean, for your name to be in the mouth of the cash cow of boxing right now. Congrats, man. I love it.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's let's be real. It's in his name because other, people asked him. People on his live stream asked him, "Hey, what about this guy? What about that guy?" And he obviously, gave his opinion on it and broke news. But I heard what you said about, Spence not wanting to step on anybody's toes. But if you listen,
I'm pretty sure Canelo has heard Spence call his name a few times in interviews.
I guess. I mean, I never knew Spence was calling him out.
No, Spence is saying he'd love the opportunity to fight Canelo, and that's what he said. I don't want to step on anybody's toes in terms of Jamal or even anybody else. If business happens, business happens, right? But if they're in line to fight them first, because that's their division. But I'm pretty sure Canelo heard Spence say it a few times. Like, I'd love that Canelo fight in Dallas Cowboy Stadium. We definitely sell it out.
I hear you,
Same
man.
thing you're saying.
I just don't know that it's stepping on anybody's toes, man. I mean, at this point, Reynoso wants to fight. He's interested. Canelo thinks it's an interesting fight. Jerry Jones is going to think it's a wonderful fight. He's going to think it's a super pay-per-view. The networks are going to think it's a super pay-per-view. So,
why?
What? The combination.
No, for the people that don't know, let's tell me why.
I mean, listen, for all the reasons I've been saying since Earl did 48,000 tickets sold in Jerry Stadium the last time, since Earl has done 300,000+ on look, Michael Coppinger's reporting on this last story that the Earl's 2 times successfully done over 300,000. That's what he's saying. I thought he did 275 with Porter, but they're saying both times over 300,000. So, now he's going into his 3rd pay-per-view. Like I said, not many people doing that. Someone tried to say Canelo did that. Maybe, but Earl has no Mayweather. He didn't lose to Mayweather. He didn't fight Mayweather. His first pay-per-view was off his back, him and Mikey, then him and Porter, and here he goes again. So, I don't know, man.
That's pretty big.
Yeah,
it's pretty big. The numbers speak for themselves. I mean, Canelo's not stupid. Canelo knows all about the numbers, and you can clearly see that Spence brings the numbers. He brings the numbers, and he brings the crowd.
Especially in that region, though. Like you're gonna take advantage of that Texas backing that Earl has, and the blueprint, the green print that Mayweather put. African American, young in his prime versus, a darling Mexican, man. He's our generation's Marquez, you know what I mean? So this is a big fight. I like this fight. Look, in terms of realistic, again, since Canelo said in the interview that the Gennady is still realistic and that they got to go to 160 for that fight, it's like I said, be there. We were telling Crawford to be at Danny's fight with Earl. Well, Earl needs to be at Canelo's fight with Gennady at 160 so that he could say, hey, yo, Canelo, same way Laura did. Yo, Laura learned how to, not Laura, Trout learned how to speak Spanish for that fight. Canelo, yo quiero pelear. Go check it, So you quiet mouth don't get fed, man.
I'm curious to know if Spence would take this Canelo fight over a chance to be undisputed. That's the other question.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, history shows you that, right? So who else moved up? Mikey moved up. Mm-hmm. Mikey chose to move up instead of being unified with Vasil. And guess what? You lose, come back down, nobody cares. Amir moved up. You lose, come back down, nobody cares. Kell Brook moved up, came back down, he was still a champ, nobody cared.
So it's a no-brainer for Spence to fight Canelo over Crawford.
Absolutely. My Nizzle.
Listen, I gotta do it for the people. I gotta do it.
My Nizzle Canizle. No, you tell me how many pay-per-views does Earl Crawford do, and then how many does Earl Canelo do? You tell me.
That's gonna be big numbers, man. Listen, Canelo and Liam Smith did what? $54,000 at in San Antonio, if I'm not mistaken.
Get the hell out of here. Oh, you mean Liam?
Yeah, Liam.
Yeah,
That's what I
the
said, Liam.
WBO champ. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yeah, they did 50-something thousand. Hell yeah.
And you're gonna bring Big Fish in his own state, Texas State. Come on, man. The numbers are gonna be crazy. Definitely over Crawford. But some people out there will believe that he should take the Crawford fight instead of Canelo. That's a fact. You know that. I know that.
We got a super chat from Louisville Slugger that says Charlo at 160, but he won. Excuse me. Charlo at 160 and 154, but he won 147 Spence. Laugh out loud emoji. Yup. Why you think Mayweather fought Arturo Gatti, man? I mean, it's just that you don't want to learn, man. You don't want to learn how to promote a true top pound for pound talent, man. We got Big Supermax who says Undisputed is too diluted. Not that important in my opinion. Of course not. Not when the Big Fish is your favorite fighter and he's gonna get to fight your other favorite fighter in Canelo. It's a win-win for you. But I get you though.
That payday.
No, for Supermax as a fan, I mean, you know, he's a fan of Errol and he's a fan of Canelo, and they fighting each other. For him, that's a win-win. You know, that's how he's looking at it. So he's saying like, oh, Undisputed is diluted, meaning like, oh, forget the Crawford fight, go for the Canelo fight. Basically, is what he's saying. But even though he's biased because he's an Errol and a Canelo fan, he's still, that doesn't make him not right. He's right. Like if Crawford was offered the Canelo fight, he'd take it over the Errol fight. It's just a whole different level of stardom, a whole different level of fame, a whole different level, a tax bracket. It's just a new tax bracket.
All right, I want to stir the pot a little bit. Would Canelo take Spence over Golovkin?
Maybe because Golovkin ain't doing nothing. What is he doing? He's fighting his mandatory that ain't even been called yet. Like he literally made Kerry Sedimenta or Kamel Sedimenta popular by saying that he was gonna fight him almost 9 months ago. Now he's been warming us up to this bullshit fight.
Yeah, I hear that. And the numbers clearly is not gonna be as good as Spence. So I mean, this is huge, man. Your big announcement, your first major announcement, being a free agent, and you call on, you know, potentially having a fight with the Big Fish. That's huge. I like that.
Heck yeah, man. Listen, again, Bob Arum said it. Don't make him right because he said it. And I know we don't believe everything promoters say. But listen, man, when Canelo asks for something, you get it to him. And if he wants your fighter, you make sure he get it, man. It would be a disservice. You know what I mean? God forbid Earl loses to Crawford. The people in his circle would be like, man, what the fuck? What? We told you to fight Canelo, man. You could have lost to Canelo and still got that Earl fight, man. Come on, man. What do you think Mikey did? What do you think Khan did? Kelbrook, all of them, man. So
take it first and then double back, right?
Definitely.
So that's what Brooke did. Brooke to GGG and double back to Spence.
Hell yeah, double dipping, bro. Look, I get everybody with this whole, you know, but bruh, Canelo's on another tax bracket, man. You know, if Crawford, it was out in the media that he was asking for 9.5, and they was offering him 6.5, and Earl is out in the media that he was getting 8. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even what Kovalev got, who Canelo haters like to call washed up. So you telling me somebody who washed up and is a bum, because y'all don't give him credit for the win. So he washed up and a bum. He made $14 million. Man, of course, it's
chilling right now.
It's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer. Do I fight who first,
Hold on.
man?
Didn't Golovkin get rid of Abel Sanchez after his first Canelo check?
Hell yeah.
He said, bro,
I need all that for me.
Nah, bro.
He like, hold up, man. You just bought yourself a house with that percentage, man. I'm out, man. But yeah, man, yo, them Canelo checks is crazy. Listen, don't forget, Derevyanchenko as a mandatory, his split was gonna be 5.5. That's what they was offering him as a mandatory, man. Listen, sheesh. You a Canelo check come, you better take it.
Better take it. Do
Better
like Madonna
take it.
said. That's it.
Better take it. You be a fool not to, man. You be a fool not to. But we do got some audio on this right here.
Yeah, let's
man.
play that.
Jemmy, man. Jemmy is the man ski. He got this for us. This is directly from Canelo's IG. Short and sweet, too.
A ver, Spence, hablando mucho de ti, tú ves de esa... A ver, Spence, hablando mucho de ti.
He says Spence is talking a lot about you.
¿Tú ves de esa pelea o qué?
Sí. No, pues la verdad.
Do you see that fight happening? And then Canelo starts and says, well, the truth is.
Es que la verdad es que Spence es un gran peleador.
He says the truth is that Spence is a great fighter.
Los pesos pues es muy difícil, ¿no? Pero pues,
he says because of weight classes it might be a little bit difficult, but
pues, ya veríamos después. Lo que sí es que es un gran peleador.
But we'll see for sure if he's a great fighter. So I guess he's looking forward to the Danny Garcia fight. You know Canelo likes to publicly root for the Latin. He did it with Andy in the AJ fight. I know that one is a little bit more different because it's like more different. That ain't even the word. That's a little bit different because obviously Andy's Mexican, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, man.
And that's coming off the back of the accident, right? I'm pretty sure Canelo, just like everybody else, want to see exactly how Earl is performing.
Exactly.
To see whether or not he wants to take that fight.
And that could be another way to interpret it, where he said he's a great fighter, and now we'll get to see if he's still a great fighter. So maybe he was talking directly to the accident and not about the fight coming up with Danny Garcia, you know. But this was from his IG live, and yeah, I mean, once again, being mentioned with the face of boxing. And listen, it's a good thing regardless, you know, whether this happens or not. Truly a good thing. It's just building.
He answered my question too. Not to cut you. He answered my question.
Who?
The interviewer asked him, "Have you not heard Spence talking about you a lot lately?"
Yeah.
His response was, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's hearing
it. You funny.
He's like, yeah, because everybody's calling out Canelo's name. Why is Spence's name rise to the top of the list?
I mean, numbers, man. They're the only dude doing pay-per-views. Like, in and around. Like, think about it. Who else is doing pay-per-views that Canelo could do a fight with? Like, people want to say, oh, he's cherry-picking. Oh, he could fight Charlo, either Charlo at 54. And it's like, yeah, either Charlo, they did 100,000. You know, Earl is doing more. Who put more butts in seats? Earl, man. So you're gonna pick what works, man. I mean, remember, Mayweather did a poll. Who y'all want me to fight? Khan or I think they said Devin Alexander maybe at the time, who was undefeated, and everybody like Devin, or everybody said Khan, and he didn't give us Khan. He gave us McDonough. So, you know, people do what they want, man, and what's right for their career. You know, Mayweather was sure to fight a Mexican or a Latino on Cinco de Mayo, man. You know what I mean? He wasn't messing up that. But look, it is what it is, man. Can't be mad that the big fish is getting his name tossed around with Aquaman, you know what I mean? Because if Earl the big fish, you know Canelo Aquaman. He out here.
He Aquaman.
he own the ocean right now, man. Come on, talk to me, yo. But for
that's
real,
the beautiful part about it, man. That's the beauty. I want to hear what the people got to say about this. This is big news, man. I don't think a lot of people giving credit because, you know what I mean. There's a third fight out there for Golovkin. Caleb Plant was on the table. Benavidez is still there. Billy Joe Saunders is still there. The Charlo is still there.
Yo.
And he called out Errol Spence. Come on, man.
Speaking of Benavidez, and this is what I'm saying about your clout score. See, Benavidez posted on his social media like, oh, Canelo chose. He put Canelo too. He put Canelo chose whoever besides me or whatever like that.
Callum.
Let me see what he wrote. I saved that shit just in case it disappeared. And but we didn't do a show on that because his clout score ain't the score of a Earl, man. Like the truth is just the truth, and that's just what it is, you know. You gotta get your clout score right, man. And if it ain't, you ain't gonna get that attention that you seeking, and ain't nobody gonna be you know, making any headlines. But look, I ain't even save it. Damn. Thought I saved it, yo. But yeah, he definitely got out there and was like calling Canelo Canela. Like, damn, he picked him over me. But it's like what you expect, you know what I mean? Callum got some straps. Callum got a belt. You know what I mean? Like, you just lost your belt. People would be like probably complaining, like, oh, you cherry picking him because you know he can't make weight. You know.
Yeah.
But
look,
anyway,
I'm trying to find it for you right now.
What?
The post.
Okay.
From Benavides?
Yeah.
I had seen it too myself.
Yeah, it's probably on the story still, unless it disappeared already. That's where it was at.
Yeah, I got it right here. Oh, let me send it to you.
Cool. Nicholas Asbury reposted the Brian Custer interview and the part where Wilder saying, "Ask Asbury." Shout out to Brian Custer in the Last Stand podcast, looking us out, sponsoring the event. Let me go ahead and screen share this here. Tap to play. This must be different though. He says, "Is it just me, or is it kind of whack that Canelo?"
I sent them to you.
Oh, he put Canelo this time. Give Callum Smith 4 weeks to get ready for a fight. Laugh out loud. Shit, weak to be honest.
Keep going.
He says, next person I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna give him 3 weeks notice since y'all think ain't nothing wrong with that. And what he posted here, planners watching but not responding. What's this? Benavides is putting what? Oh man.
The one that you were looking for is right there.
Yeah, this one. My reaction. When he says my reaction when I heard Callum got the fight with Canelo and not me. And what is he putting here? You mentioned Caleb planting a story scene. Oh, so Caleb, he respond Benavides. Oh, okay, so Benavides is saying that Caleb seen him and then respond. Yeah, man, not everybody want to argue everything, man. You ain't got no belt no more, champ. You ain't got no belt. What you want him to fight about? You know what I'm saying? CYP with the counter, man.
Yo. We got to stop this. Canelo won't fight you unless you move the needle. Last time I checked, Angulo pay-per-view, he ain't move no needle. Laura pay-per-view, he ain't move no needle. Carl pay-per-view, he ain't move no needle. Liam Smith pay-per-view, he ain't move no needle. And then the Tatum Smith, he ain't move no needle. How come every time it comes to the Charlos, they got to move needles? They got to sell all these pay-per-views to get Canelo. Let's stop that, man, because it's coming off mad racist. Because when the black dudes do more than the other dudes, you ignore that. And then you got black ass Francis sitting there acting like he don't know shit about boxing. You can eat and up on these points, but you sit there quiet. I'm tired of calling in, doing your job, my man. Check my man. CYP out.
Ain't nothing to check, man. Ain't nothing to check. There's plenty of history that proves it. And it's funny, not all of a sudden it's racist, but when Floyd do it, it's not racist. When Floyd tells you fight a Mexican on Cinco de Mayo and he's black, what how is that not racist? But he's doing it and it's not. But truth be told, Khan did 600,000 pay-per-views. Let's think about that in retrospect. Out of all these other guys out here doing pay-per-views, you know, Liam Smith, 300 and what, 25, 45? Again, what are people doing now? What you said the Charlos did or don't need to do because they did what, 120? So, you know, numbers don't lie, man. I mean, you could get upset. If it was me that created the rules, Andre would have had a shot, right?
He would have had a shot a long time ago. You know what I mean? He would have got his opportunity to step up and do what he got to do. CYP with his second cutter punch.
Yo, man, you, maybe you drinking today. Maybe you drinking or you high. Move the needle to get his attention. That's what you said. Khan didn't do 600 before him. Liam Smith didn't do 600 before him. They didn't do these numbers before to get the man's attention. Listen to what I'm saying. And then Francis agreeing. Francis, dog. Francis, man. Say something, my man. Use your skin color, my man. Go defend these brothers up there like Mike used to do. Earn your stripes on TBV, man. CYP out.
So you saying Khan brought nothing? That's what you're saying? Meanwhile, even after that loss, they put him in another pay-per-view? I don't know what you mean. Khan is what pivoted Danny's career to where it's at. Off that upset loss, you know, or win, or whatever you call it. You know, and Liam Smith was a title. You know, he went after the title. Just like he's going after Callum's title. You know.
I don't really understand, man, because like Canelo went, he jumped over a few black fighters to pick a black fighter that he feels numbers is hidden. I don't see what are we debating over. You know what I'm saying?
Laura, I've given y'all the backstory on Laura countless of times, and I tell people that's what the Charlos need to do. What Laura did. Laura didn't get the fight because he moved the needle. Laura got the fight because he disrespected Charlo. You know, Canelo. He showed up, snatched the mic, went up to the podium. You know, same thing that Mosley had to do.
Yep.
But it wasn't race then. You know, it was what business then. But you know, for CYP to win the argument, he takes the cheap route. You know, Mayweather took how long to give Shane Mosley a shot? But he gave Robert Guerrero a shot and just dozens of other people. But he didn't give Sugar Shane the shot till when? Come on, man. Business is business, man. You know. Again, take the cheap way out and use the race card, whatever. But let's open up the phone line so that more
let's
people
do that,
can
man.
talk.
I'm excited to see what the people got to say. First of all, man, before we do that, definitely go out there and smash that subscribe button. It does help with the visibility of the show. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. You know what I mean? Right now, currently, as we are sitting, this big news dropped. Canelo talking about Errol Spence. We got over 226 of us watching and listening right now. We only got 70 thumbs up. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. And shout out to all our sponsors that's making our show and our Border Wars 9 event possible in Dallas, Texas, December 5th, only a couple weeks away. We got Brian Costa of Last Stand Podcast. Thank you very much for all your interviews, the big names in the sports and entertainment that you are bringing to us, giving us the backstories, the inside stories. Also, we want to check out Big Rig Trucking Agency, Big Rig Trucking Insurance Agency. For all the truckers out there, go in and see if they got any rates that was suitable to you. Also, you got to check out Undisputed Boxing Gear. Undisputed Boxing Gear, sleek boxing glove that's going to be obviously helping to support our fighters. Adrian Clark, protect yourself at all times. Partnered up with Everlast, making sure our fighters have headgear and gloves for their complete bouts to make sure they're safe. Also, go check out his new book, or his book. There's a new book about to drop, but check out his book, A Dark House Manager's Memoir. Also, go ahead and check out Kendall Holt, Holt.boxing.glove on IG, Holt.boxing.glove on IG to check out. That's actually got those gloves today, didn't you? Got those gloves
today.
You don't got him there, you do you?
They're over there in the other chair. Okay. They're over there.
So you got the gloves today, so they're locked in. Also, we're gonna shout out Xavier Miller, Bravos.com. Giving us some sleek headgear and gloves that our fighters are going to get an opportunity to choose from. Also, wirelessbuzzshop.com. Can never forget about wirelessbuzzshop.com. Go ahead and check them out. Put in the TBV code and you get 10 to 50% off your purchase. Anybody we leaving out? El Camino, never last, never least. El Camino Electrical, man. We thank you very much. They're actually sponsoring our 4 Border Wars event in 2021, and we didn't even get here yet. So shout out to El Camino Electrical, you know what I'm saying, for standing up and supporting the show. Let's go out to the callers.
Also,
what I miss?
It's looking like it's official. We got war tape. We're gonna be giving out 2 rolls of tape per fighter, so that goodie bag gonna be real stacked. War tape, giving our Border Wars fighters tape to wrap their hands. Yeah, TBV, Border Wars, December 5th, going down. We the champ.
Yeah, we build it, man. Let's go to the callers. Hear what you got to say, people.
All right, quick word from our sponsor before we do all that fancy stuff.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at El Camino Electrical Services.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
New Orleans. Coach J-Mac. What up?
You know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style.
I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from Derek.
It can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing. You want to bet? You bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. Let's bet $1 million.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo. Okay, I wasn't gonna call him, but I did hear you say the Charlos and them got to do what Lara did and disrespect him. Lara was able to make it at a press conference. I remember once upon a time, Charles did an interview with Golden Boy, wouldn't even allow them in the building when Canelo was present. Demetrius Andrade and already disrespected Canelo. Them dudes have been disrespecting Canelo since he been moving around when he wasn't even fighting at 154. He was making up his weight classes, pulling up Amir Khan. Of course, they'll be interested in fighting a welterweight, but that's fine. That's mighty interesting when you got the Demetrius Andrades, the Cholos, Jamal Cholo of the world. Why are we even talking about Canelo fighting a welterweight? Why do we push for fights like this when he got champions that one he avoided in 154 and now he's avoiding at 160? But we on the show talking about why he needs to fight a 147 pounder when he got guys that he arguably should have been for the last 6 years. It makes no sense. They didn't already disrespect them, so I wanted you to keep that same energy because they didn't disrespect Canelo.
Cut it. You mad? Cut it. You big mad? This the biggest fight, and Canelo in it, and Earl in it. You just
Super
mad.
chat LV Slugger. The press conference for either Charlo will be more exciting than the Canelo versus Spence fight. That will help it do bigger pay-per-view numbers than Spence versus Nello.
You crazy, man. So Spence pay-per-view track record ain't gonna help it. No, it's gonna be Charlo could sell it at a press conference. Sure, buddy. Sure. We got the CYP twice already, right? Yeah. So Big Supermax said WrestleMania did 100,000. This could match or surpass. Yes, sir. Thank you for the super chat. I agree. I'm pretty sure it does very close to 100,000 for real. You know. CYP, California. What up?
Yo. I'm dead serious, yo. This is starting to just get totally ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. I don't even know why we even bring up Canelo topic, because all you do is talk about what he wants to do and he doesn't get it done. You say when Canelo calls for you, you take it. But we just saw Caleb Plant turn it down twice. Like, so the things we say about Canelo don't even make sense on this show simply because you like him. And I honestly wish that you didn't like him, because if you didn't, you would eat him alive, Ness, if you didn't like him. But since you do like him, the show's kind of boring. Viewers ain't really listening because you ain't really hyped right now. And you got promoter Francis next to you who talks more about promotion each show than he does about boxing. Facts. CYP out.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is this. I used to not like him. You just haven't been listening long enough, right? Like, throughout his whole 40 and 47 pound career, you know, I wasn't happy with the Alfonso Gomez's, the Jose Miguel Cotto's, not the actual Miguel Cotto's, you know. But then when Trout beat Cotto, he fought Trout. He didn't wait. He didn't ask for a catch weight. He fought Trout. And then when he beat Trout, he fought Mayweather. He didn't wait. He didn't ask for a catch weight. He was put in one and he still took the fight. This is, again, showing that he can be submissive in negotiations for the bigger fight. After he lost to Mayweather, he goes on to do Alfredo Angulo on pay-per-view. Somehow, today, people get mad because they're fickle and they don't remember who he was, right? After that, the dude that showed up to his press conference and tried to snatch the mic out of his hand, he fights him when his promoter's telling him not to. When that dude is perceived as the best, not one of, he was the best at 54. He was the best at 54. And he fought him in that order. Like, you guys are just haters, man. Like, you're literally haters. And then that was young Canelo, right? So after he fought the boogeyman of 54, right? Who Andre ain't fought yet, right? And he was there with him. He goes on, bodies Kirkland. Then fights Cotto. When he's obviously already did 3 straight pay-per-views, he goes into the Cotto fight as a B-side and takes Cotto's catch weight. The problem is you don't know shit about boxing, man. You just like to yell. So he takes on another legend because he already fought Mayweather. And he already took a fucking submissive contract by having to deal with weight restrictions for Mayweather. He does it again to get Cotto on his resume. Beats Cotto, right? But in y'all world, he should just keep fighting now. Andre, Charlo, everybody. No, he's not allowed a Liam Smith, allegedly, according to y'all. He ain't allowed a Liam Smith. But he does it anyway because he's already, guess what? Unified at 54, okay? Okay, he's already unified at 54. So he goes on to now get another strap from Liam, moves up, does a pay-per-view that does over $1 million for his countrymen and his country in Julio Cesar Chavez. What is that, Ness? Oh, that's another legendary name, right? So now you got Mayweather, Cotto, Julio Cesar Chavez. Then what does he do? Oh, why are you fighting Liam Smith and Khan and Julio Cesar Chavez? You a cherry picker. You a cherry picker. You ducking Gennady. You ducking Gennady. You ducking. You a cherry picker. You fought Khan. You made him come up. Who the fuck is Liam, yo? You fighting European dudes. Yo, you knew Julio Cesar Chavez was washed up. All right, well, I'm going to fight your boogeyman 2 times in one career. Okay? Why don't you ask yourself, because you already spent your $5, why don't I give you 15, okay? If you can tell me who has fought they boogeyman fucking twice in their career. Who fought Laura or their respective Laura? Not some rinky-dink dude that you say, oh, that's number one. No, who the people thought was the number one. Like right now, allegedly, you don't think Callum is number one. You think Caleb is number one. So show me who fought their fucking Laura and their Gennady. So then you thought he lost Gennady, right? You thought he lost, just like Wilder. Wilder got a draw, Canelo gets a draw. Wilder gets credit for fighting the rematch. Somehow Canelo don't get credit for fighting the rematch because the draw that he got should have been a loss. People want to see him lose so much. The fact that he beat the shit out of Gennady the second fight, they still mad. So what they do? Talk about the first fight and how it was a draw and it shouldn't have been a draw. So now he beat his boogeyman 2 times. He's already the face of boxing. He's already just done consecutively million pay-per-views, million plus pay-per-views. So he fights a Rocky Fielding. He gets a tune-up because nobody can fight everybody tough. And you cry. You cry because he moved up to 68. His cherry is a champion, but you cry. So when you cried, he wiped your tears by beating your champion, Daniel Jacobs. But you ignore that. That wasn't enough. So he moved up to 75. And he beat another champion that was proven, that wasn't a bum, that was a 3-time champion, but you destroy him because you hate Canelo so much. I ask you, who really is the one that needs to ask themselves, is it racial? If he was black, would you fucking be on his nuts? Would y'all be really riding him? Because where's he doing wrong at? So he's not allowed to get a tune-up. Meanwhile, I can show you 5 different resumes of other top guys that all they got is fucking tune-ups. Andre, full career, since he went to Dazn, is nothing but tune-ups, but he's okay. It's cool. He could do that. Not Canelo, even though he's fighting the boogeyman of his fucking career multiple times. If he stopped campaigning right now at 68, y'all want him to fight Plant, so that would be 3 boogeymen, right? He's fighting 3 guys who are perceived the best in their division. Even though we taking out no credit for Trout, because he the man that beat the man, and Canelo beat him. But nah, we ain't gonna give you credit for that. Why? Because, Trout got beat up by all these other people after Canelo took his undefeated Owen title. You guys just don't know nothing about boxing, man. Nothing at all, man. It's just fucking hilarious.
CYP counterpunch.
Yo, feel free anytime you want to prove that I know nothing about boxing. Bring me on the show. I'll start my own show. You prove it. There's no way in hell you're proving that shit. Let's move on. Last time I checked, Errol Spence was not number 1 when he fought the dude. Dude didn't even have a title at 154 when he fought Canelo. His biggest wins before losing to Canelo was against Austin Trout. You know who else beat Austin Trout? Both Charlos. Get out of here. I don't want to hear that. Alfredo Angulo, that's who he beat. That made him number 1 at 154. You don't know what you're talking about. And the reason why people are on Canelo's head is not because of race. It's because of clenbuterol. If he was black and he pulled that clenbuterol shit, I would be off of him too. I'm a drug-free athlete. I'm a drug-free man. I take that drug shit seriously. You don't take it seriously because if you do, then...
Cut it, man. He take it so seriously, he reminds us how much Luis Ortiz tested positive. Instead, what he does, right? Because that's an Afro-Cuban. Instead, what you do is glorify his losses to Wilder so that Wilder could look good, right? You are such a fucking crusader for drugs that you don't bring up Sugar Shane's career. I guess he ain't black either, huh? You just happen to ignore that. Man, get out of here, bro. Get out of here, man. And you obviously don't know nothing about boxing. Ask the circle that you with right now if Laura wasn't the man when Canelo fought him. You tripping right now. To win an argument, you falling down the weirdo hole, bro. Who the fuck thought Laura wasn't the man when Canelo fought him? Who was the man then? How about you get a free call and tell me who was the man if it wasn't Laura? Go ahead. Free. 45 minutes to tell me who. 45 seconds.
My God.
Hold up, champ. I'm giving you, I see your counterpunch. You can have it after I give you my free call. Just tell me who was the man at 54 when Canelo fought Laura, if not Laura. That's all I want to know. I'm going to give you 45 seconds for free.
Listen to me. If there is 4 belts in a division and you don't have one, you ain't never the man at that division. If there are 4 belts and you don't have one, you are not the man at that division. Please understand that. Please understand that.
Cut it. All right, so you can waste your own money, man. I'll let you use your own money because I'm asking you for a name, man. You know, if you could tell me who was the man that Laura allegedly wasn't, then it would be cool. But you're not even doing that, man. You know. Laura's 154-pound resume is the best, period. And don't forget, he beat the man that is the man that was Paul Williams and was robbed. That robbery was so blatant. No other. We've seen no other where the referees, the judges got suspended indefinitely. They no longer judge fights. So I really don't know what you mean. If he wasn't the man, I don't know who the hell was the man, champ. I'm serious, but I know you got a counterpunch, so here you go. Your dollars.
Hey, don't nobody want to hear about everybody knew he lost. That's your opinion, because everybody knew Triple G beat Canelo in that first fight. Oops. See, every time you talk, you always expose yourself. Everybody knew Triple G won that first fight. But you ain't talking about third. You ain't talking about third. So I don't want to hear about Paul Williams either. I don't want to hear about how the black man robbed somebody, but not about how Canelo robbed somebody. So X those two out. Paul Williams was the man at 154. This dude had no belt at 154, and you call him the fucking man, and there's 4 belts to get. 4 belts, and you couldn't get one, and you the man? Man, where the hell they do that at? You taking L's every single day. CYP don't know boxing. CYP know you, and I know how to get you. CYP out.
Mad Bent with the super chat. Mad Bent with the super chat. Title or not, Laura was the man at 154, no doubt.
Thank you. I mean, he doesn't know anything about boxing, bro. He doesn't. I mean, you cut me off with the super chat. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Fuck. Whatever. I guess it wasn't worth it. Steve, what up? It'll come to me. Chicago, you rocking out?
My town up in K-Town.
Hey, Daddy, this is Dollar Beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza, I hang out with chicks all day. These fighters still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they in the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Hold on a minute, Steve. That's what it was. He said, yo, don't nobody want to hear about Laura and the robbery with Paul Williams. Bring up Gennadi's robbery. Everybody think Gennady beat him, but you ain't bringing up that. Oh, but you're bringing up the black man saying he robbed the Latino, right? But the difference is, again, he's using the race card and I'm using facts. In the Laura versus Paul Williams fight, the 3 judges were suspended indefinitely. They didn't get suspended for 60 days or 20 days and they're able to work again. They did such a poor job that they could never be judges at a fight again. I don't know. Is that the same as the Gennady-Canelo fight? Was that robbery so blatant that the judges got fired? No, it wasn't. But I'll use a race card because I'm losing very badly. Steve in Chicago, how are you, man?
All right, I can start.
I'm sorry. It came to me late. I was supposed to get to that before, but it had the brain fart.
All right. This is what I'm gonna say about this topic. Like, when did we become bankers? Like, are we fans or are we bankers? Like, Ness, I hear what you're saying and I agree with you, but we got to have Crawford Spence, and we shouldn't entertain this. Like, let Canelo fight some other dudes. Like, I get what you're saying.
So let me ask you a question.
Hold on. Let me finish. So according to Coppinger today, and he's talking to people at Dazn. This is fake news anyway. I mean, he said it, but it ain't going to happen. Coppinger is saying that after this, Dazn is going to have him fight Gennady again next year for Cinco de Mayo. Dazn still has Canelo in their pocket financially, it looks like, to me. And let's see if I'm wrong, but that's what Coppinger said today on his podcast, that the people at Dazn still have, they don't have like a deal with him.
You're wrong. He's so wrong, and you misheard wrong, and you could go to Coppinger's timeline right now and check it. Yesterday specifically, when he's talking about his article and he tweets the link, someone asked him the question, but don't they got him in a deal? And he says, nah, N-A-H, nah. He is no longer with them. He is doing his thing. Again, he praised Eddie. Pay for the athletic guys. Coppinger's doing his fucking thing, man. Pay for it. He praised Eddie because Eddie was able to bring Canelo back to Dazn on that network even after this deal was over, and obviously that's because Eddie gave him Callum Smith and sweetened the deal. But yeah, I don't understand all this hatred towards me about talking about this. Like, I'm always gonna talk about the hottest fighter. Shit, if I didn't have to fucking pack and do 100 other things, I'd be doing the new Bud show with Bob Arum and the new shit Bob said on fucking Bud. You understand? These are big names. If Canelo says he wants to fight Earl, that is a show for me. That's a big name, and he's telling another big name we could get it on. Y'all just upset he ain't named y'all favorite fighter. If he would have said Charlo, y'all'd have been happy.
That's what I'm saying.
Even though he's fighting someone bigger and with titles at a division above. And when he fights Charlo, y'all gonna say he needs to fight the other brother. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But JP, Long Beach, what up?
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
And that's I just got on. I hate bringing it down like that. Where we at?
Oh man, we just talking Canelo yesterday. He was on his live and he was asked, has he been hearing Earl talk about him and saying that he wants to fight him? And he said, yeah, he's been hearing it. The Earl's a great fighter. Obviously, we have to see if he's still great. And that fight, you know, it's a great fight, but there is difficulty in making it because of the weight. But like Steve pointed out, you know, Dazn is definitely trying to get Canelo to go to 160. Coppinger believes that next year he'll fight Gennady at 160, which means it's the perfect time for Errol Spence to step in and do what Canelo's already saying on his live, which is have the fight at 160.
Yeah. That's the biggest fight in boxing, man. I believe that is the biggest fight in boxing, especially in Texas. You want to fill up that big old Cowboy Stadium? That's how you do it with Errol and Canelo. I think that fight has been forecasted for many years now, and it's always been the crown fight in the boxing game, but it looked dim at times. Sometimes it didn't look like it was going to happen, but that fight has been the carrot in front of us all for the longest. And I think it's the biggest fight. I don't know if Errol could match up physically. I mean, we've seen Canelo fight as high as 175. So you have to ask if Errol could match up physically. But it is the biggest fight in boxing, and they've been dangling that carrot out in front of us boxing fans for years now. I love to see it, and I love to be in attendance for that one for sure, because the women going to be lit. That's it.
All right, brother. Thank you. Thank you for calling in.
You want me to get to it?
Go for it.
Yep, Big Supermax Rodriguez. Lara was WBA 154-pound super champion as of March 14, 2014. He fought Canelo July 12, 2014. I'll just leave that there.
Damn, so he's calling in to tell me that I'm not wrong. He paid to tell us that CYP's yet wrong again.
He was the WBA super champion 154 before he fought Canelo. Counterpunch. SG pass.
Yo, talk to me, Steve.
Hey, when we come on here and debate with you, don't say that we hate you. I never said I hated you.
Oh, not you, champ.
Not you, champ. You do that all the time. When we talk to you and we try to debate with you, when we get up, like you twist our words. I didn't say that he had a contract with them. I said that they got him in their pocket. There's a difference. That's just like if someone sponsored one of your events and put up some big money, you know, they might not have an agreement with you, but they might have you in their pocket. There's a difference. Okay? That's all I said.
So let me ask you, son, if they got him in their pocket, if they offer him the right deal for Charlo on PBC, can he go over there?
Yeah, he can do what he wants. But watch, when he fights tonight, I'll call
so what pocket you got?
The same thing.
So what
they
pocket?
Got him in his pocket.
So what pocket you
got?
got?
He can do what you're saying, but he ain't doing it. He ain't gonna do it.
Come on, champ.
Well, we'll see.
All right.
If he fights Gennady, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say they paid him a lot of money.
Cut it.
I'm gonna say maybe you should have read the article that said that in his contract, right? Before the zone contract went belly up, in his contract it stated that he would get his guarantee, which was what, $36 million, and then for the Gennady fight, they had to negotiate up. That was the starting point for him. So yeah, if he takes the Gennady fight, they paid him. They've been dying for that fight. How many articles have we read? How many stories have been broke saying that Dazn signed not only Canelo but Gennady, expecting to get that third fight because of the amount of pay-per-views that is sold, and they were hoping to get those as subscriptions. Come on, champ.
Super chat from R. Jonesy. What Bob say? I just want to put out there also.
Man,
you got two counterpunches.
I don't want to do it. That might be my morning show with Bob said. Oh shit, I ain't gonna be no morning show. All right, I guess we could rock out with it right here, man. What's up?
All right, hold on. Let me see if he has a counterpunch, and I'm gonna get to this other super chat. Who Dat Nation? That belt was not on the line.
All right, it don't matter. The point is, your man said he ain't got no belt. How is he number one? So regardless if the belt was on the line or not, because Canelo had issues with the WBA, that ain't our problem. That's all.
Yeah, so before CYP get his counterpunch, because I want him to get it. Listen, he wants smoke with Ness, man. I'm gonna let him shoot the fair one. You know what I mean? My mama taught me a long time ago, you ain't got nothing good to say? Don't say none at all. I'm gonna fall back. Go ahead. CYP counterpunch.
Yo, they removed me from the call, man. Yo, who removed me from this call? Don't be removing me. Don't be removing me. Sound like R. Kelly. Remember that R. Kelly? Yo, CYP counterpunch.
Yo, for one, he fought Austin Trout before Canelo for the interim WBA super title.
Yep.
The official fight was next versus Ishii Smith. He was not the World Boxing Association super champion. He was the interim champion when he went into that fight, and they didn't make weight because they contracted it at 155. He was not the champion. He was the champion in the next fight when he fought at 153 for the actual WBA super. Interim does not make you official. Interim does not mean official. Interim does not mean official. He fought for the first time for the actual belt versus Ishii Smith. See, you don't know boxing. You just talk boxing. And whoever stupid ass paid their money to say that dumb shit, learn what interim means. Learn definitions before you come to CYP. CYP out.
I'll take that $5. Thank you, man. We gonna show you all that shit he just talked is irrelevant. Articles don't lie, you know. Just because you call in, interim, blah 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 blah, interim, blah 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 blah, interim, blah blah blah, interim, blah blah blah. You're right. He was an interim, but before the Canelo fight, he was elevated. Read the screenshot and weep, chant. What that says right there with the circle, that says March 14th, 2014 at 11:17 a.m. He fought Canelo, 4 months later in July? And what does it say here? The super welterweight sensation. Oh, he wasn't the best in the division, but they were calling him the sensation back then. Islandri Lara, the American dream. American dream. Shout out to all my WWF fans out there. Dusty Rose, let's go. Yo, where was I? Has been elevated to I just murdered CYP at 7:59 East Coast time, world champion by the WBA World Boxing Association after successfully defending his interim title against Alfredo Angulo. This says right here, March 14th. Why are you so mad? You don't know shit about boxing. You just say you know shit about boxing. Oh, you don't know shit about boxing. I know how to screen share the shit I know about boxing. Remember what you said about my fake laugh? You mad right now. Watch you call it like, nah, that article is fake. I don't want to hear about that article. That article's fake, man. Yo, CYP, I love you though.
Who next on the docket?
Who next? Samuel Peters. Who next? Not CYP, he done. Where my man Stone Bone?
What up, what up?
What up, champ?
Yeah, man, I need to check your fact sheet, Ness. I need to check your sources. I need all. Nah, just fucking. Listen. Earl got work to do, yeah. I want him to go on and get beat up by Bud. Because if he fight Bud, he ain't getting the Canelo fight. So he might as well go on and duck Bud, skip a weight class, and go fight Canelo if that's what he want to do. But I don't know by losing to Canelo, it does like great things for him besides maybe financially. But he already made $8 million fight Mikey. How much is they gonna have to pay him, Ness? Like it's gonna have to be, and they're gonna do 100,000 tickets, 80,000 at least. He did 50. Canelo did a little over 50. It's a big money move. I don't want it to happen yet. I'd rather see him, if he everything he is, go ahead and beat like a Bud Crawford or. But hey, if he go, fucking line up the next guy. Who they gonna call next? It's gonna be Keith Thurman Danny that Bud is too little for. So we'll see, man. I believe he'll fight Golovkin first, and then if that Earl fight is there, Earl.
Cut it, cut it, cut it.
And if you Earl and Derek James, you listen to Ness and you let him fight Golovkin first. You let him struggle to make that weight. Yeah, some will say, yeah, but then he'll have 2 fights at 60 and it'll be easier for him. Yeah, because he's young. It would be easier for him, but he'd have been through more shots. He'd have been through another motherfucking 12 rounds at the very least with Gennady. And Earl get in there, the nice spring chicken. And, put the mittens on him, man. AMG, OKC, AMG. Okay, see?
Yep. Okay, so I got 3 points and then a comment real quick. So first point is the translation is a little bit off. Canelo said that there's no doubt that he's a great fighter, not like for him to prove that he's a great fighter. And he said that after stating that it's a good fight, that it would be hard to make because of the weight.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Let's just play it live and you can hear it.
A ver, Spence hablando mucho de ti. ¿Tú ves de esa pelea o qué?
Sí. No, pues la verdad es que la verdad es que Spence es un gran peleador. Los pesos pues es muy difícil, ¿no? Pero pues ya veríamos después. Lo que sí es que es un gran peleador.
A ver, Spence.
Yeah, I was right. You was wrong, but it's okay. I don't mind being right.
No, you're still wrong. FYI, but anyway.
He
said, la verdad es que es un gran peleador. He says the truth is that he's a great fighter. He never said, let's see if he's a great fighter. It's a big difference.
Listen, he is going to say, vamos a ver, watch.
La verdad es que Spence es un gran peleador. Los pesos, pues, es muy difícil, ¿no? Pero, pues, ya veríamos después.
Ya veríamos después.
Lo que sí es que es un...
Si es que es. No. Listen, si es que es.
Okay.
So he said...
Okay, play it.
All right. Hold on.
I'm going to run over my time, damn it.
No, I'm giving you more time. You earned more time.
Okay, cool.
You've earned more time. I'm rewinding it, though. Hold on.
Los pesos, pues, es muy difícil, ¿no? Pero, pues, ya veríamos después. Lo que sí es que es un gran peleador.
You see? Ya veríamos después a ver si es un gran peleador. How many times?
No. He said, ya veríamos después. Lo que sí es que es un gran peleador. It's different. Okay, well, let's move on to the next point.
Hold on.
Pues es muy difícil, ¿no? Pero
people use Google Translate and you'll see.
Ya veríamos después. Lo que sí es que es un gran peleador.
You see?
Lo que sí es que es un gran peleador.
Ay, but si es que es, he's asking the question. Es que es.
Okay, I'll agree to disagree on that one, but let's move on real quick. On some other interviews with TV Azteca, Eddie did mention that their focus right now is to clear the 168 weight division, with the exception being Charlo, if Charlo was willing to move up. That's what it sounded like to me. And then the last thing, though, I really want to give credits to Canelo, Earl, and Teofimo, because race aside, these are the only 3 fighters that in their recent fights, they look like they're willing to take risks. And pretty much nobody else is doing that. They're either not making those fights or making excuses. So shout out to those 3 fighters.
All right. Thank you. And to all the other callers on Blog Talk, if you don't press 1, we can't get to you. We won't know that you want to talk. That being said, we're going out to Mr. PB.
Mr. PBC, baby.
BoxingWords.com. I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife. Cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Yo, what's good? What's good, Ness, everybody? Eddy Reynoso talking about Errol Spence and Canelo. Wow, I mean, that Errol Spence is being brought up to this type of stature of someone wanting to fight. Dude ain't even finished in the 147 division yet. People already ready to fight in the 168 and 160. It's crazy. But really, they need to worry about the Charlo brothers and just worry about fighting someone with a name. Don't nitpick here and there when people ain't even in that division yet. That's my call.
All right. Izzy, Oklahoma, what up?
Hey, my bad, Dez. I just hopped on. I'm just listening.
No problem. Who we going to? JT, New Orleans, what up?
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. Come on. No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What's going to do about it?
I'll tell you this, mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
Yeah, Ness, can you come back to me?
Yep. LV Slugger, what up?
Okay.
Hey, what up?
What's going on?
Yeah, man, we got a Charlo at 160, 154, man. We need to take care of that before we try to bring a man up to whatever he trying to do, because according to what Buddy just said, Charlo got to move up to 168 just to fight him. So that's 3-weight division. So I don't know what Canelo got going on. But we don't need to do this. We got 2 Charlos he can take care of. Then you got what I was about to say. Yeah, man. If y'all think it's a bigger fight in boxing than Bud Spence, y'all smoking on that Wooga. Shout out Bourne, man. Real talk. Y'all smoking on Wooga if y'all really think it's a bigger fight than Bud Spence.
Yeah, man.
Y'all
Canelo Spence.
The press conference to that Bud Spence is going to be shitting on a Canelo Spence press conference. That's going to help it. The numbers do better. Canelo don't even speak English, man. That ain't going to do no bigger numbers than Bud Spence.
Bruh.
You can believe.
So tell me, there was controversy in
Cut it.
in the Pacquiao fights with Marquez or with Barrera. Like, good fights are just good fights, man. People come out for good fights. But I hear you.
Super chat, R. Jones. Oh, go ahead.
Go for it.
Super chat, R. Jonesy. Bro, what did Bob say? You can't just drop a teaser.
Let me see. I gotta go to the pre-pro. My bad, champ. My bad. I was meaning to tell you, and then I went to the pre-pro and I seen Super Max's Border Wars hoodie. I got distracted. Where we at? Here we go. Bob Arum on his comments about Terrence Crawford. I don't give a shh. If Crawford's team got mad at me, what'd I say that was wrong? I'll show him how much we've lost on his fights. I'm no longer in the losing money on Terrence Bud Crawford. Oh, I mean, did I miss the word business? I meant to say I'm no longer in the business of losing money on Terrence Bud Crawford, as told to The Athletic. One more time so you heard it right. Bob Arum on his comments about Terrence Crawford. I don't give a shh. If Crawford's team got mad at me, what'd I say that was wrong? I'll show him how much we've lost on his fights. I'm no longer in the business of losing money on Terrence Crawford. I was trying to save this for a show, Jonesy. Mr. Jonesy. Pushy man, you. Let's see who we got. Yo, 401, you're brand new. New caller. Holla. I don't even know where this is at. Where's 401 from?
Hello?
Yeah.
Rhode Island. Can you hear me?
Rhode Island. What, you Dominican? I hear an accent in there.
Dominican, hell yeah.
De lo
Born
mío.
New York, I'm from Rhode Island now.
De lo mío.
What's up? Big fan of shows, man. I listen to your show every freaking day, man.
Thank God.
Nothing much. I want to get into this Canelo thing. I think it's not a bad thing that he get a tune-up. He fought a lot of great fighters. I think it's okay to get a tune-up. And I see a lot of people are hating on him, but he fights a lot of good fighters. I'm not a Canelo fan. I actually was a Floyd fan. But I respect what he's doing. And him versus Errol Spence, that'll be a good fight. That should be a bigger fight than Crawford versus Spence.
What's your name,
That's my call on that.
What's your name?
Wallace from Rhode Island.
Wallace.
Yep. You know who else is from Rhode Island? Demetrius Boo Boo.
Uh-oh.
Andre.
That's your man?
There you go. That's my man.
Yo, tell him he need a fight, man. What you think about his last 4 fights?
I haven't seen last 4 fights. The last one I saw when he fought the African guy. I don't know what his name was.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I don't even know his name.
Exactly.
I haven't seen no fight for him, man. But that's his fault, man. He needs to get out of there. Go into PBC. Yeah. I think PBC is the best channel he can go into. My opinion.
I'm with
man,
you.
But I'm a big fan of you. I listen to you every single day, man. And then I saw the number. I said, I'm gonna call it today.
That's right, brother. I'm glad you finally called in. We got you down. Wallace in Rhode Island, man. Thank you once again, brother.
Wallace and Ryan. And I'll subscribe as well, man. Help your channel out.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. We definitely looking to get to 118,000, man.
Yeah, CYP.
All right, I'll do it right now. One more thing. I want to say one more thing. Crawford versus Kilbrook, that fight. The only reason Crawford won that fight so easy because Kilbrook haven't been the same. It's my opinion on that. If Kilbrook would have been when he fought Sean Porter and he was fresh like that, that would have been a great fight. I don't think he would have stopped Kilbrook. My opinion on that fight.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. 100%, I agree with that for sure. CYP got another counterpunch. You're going to get to him?
CYP.
The best at 154 at that point in time was Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was ranked number 1 on Ring Magazine the year before the year started, and when the year ended at 154, he was number 1. So Floyd was number 1. So he didn't fight the best at 154. He didn't fight the best. He fought Laura, who was literally 3rd or 4th best based off of rankings before and after he got his title. And they had Canelo rated higher than Laura before he even fought him at 154. So this Laura was the boogeyman. Laura was the best. He was never the best at 154 during that time period. Never was he the best. Yes, was he elevated as champion? Yes. Somebody had to help you because everybody who looked at it saw there was no belt on the line. But you got that one because somebody helped you. But me versus you,
cut it. My man just don't know how to let the shovel go. You're digging a deeper hole, man. So tell me something. When Earl was a perceived boogeyman, did he have a title? Who'd he beat? When everybody was saying that Thurman was ducking him, and he was 14-0, showing up to the Robert Guerrero Thurman fight saying he could beat Thurman right then and there, and then Floyd was in interviews saying, "Yo, Thurman's ducking Earl." He wasn't the man though, huh? He needed a title to be the man, and oh, wait a minute. He's the man now. So let's rewind again with Laura. He wasn't the man according to you. But oh, wait a minute. He's been the man at 54. Wasn't it he off the back of his name that Jarrett Hurd became who he became, which allowed Williams to become who he became, which allowed Jermell to allow who he became? Come on, dog. Just stop, man. And then you bring up Floyd as if Floyd was fighting at 54. So you're going to make me waste my time and go to BoxRec for 2014 on Floyd's career to show the world that he only fought who? Oscar and Canelo at 52 and 54? Like, why you wasting our time, man, with your whack-ass arguments, bro? Like, oh, Floyd was the best at 54. Okay, so who Floyd fought at 54? Come on, man. Come on, you hardcore. Who he fought? He was the best at 54. And how many times he defended this best alleged title that you gave him? Come on, bro. Like, he pick and choose what he do. I'm lost, man. In 2014, guess what Floyd's 2 fights was when you're saying that he was ranked the best at 54? There were 2 fights with Maidana. Guess why Floyd was ranked the best at 54? Because he fought the best undefeated off the back of the Trout win, off the back of the Cotto win that Trout had in Saul Canelo Alvarez at 50. So the sanctioning bodies were forced to rank Floyd at 54 because he beat Canelo in 2013. In 2014, when Canelo continued to be a 54-pounder, and Laura, there's interviews of Laura saying Floyd's ducking him because he was the champion and he should have fought him after he fought Canelo. But whatever, keep wasting the money, dog. I'm gonna take it. I'm trying to put a pool in this new house. Help me. Let's go, champ. Matter of fact, I'm all ready to hustle, baby. Let's go.
Hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Every day I'm hustling. Counter punch. Let's fucking go.
Yo, Francis. Who's the best fighter at 160?
Who's the best fighter at 160?
Canelo. How many times Canelo fight at 160? Twice. How many times Floyd fight at 154? Twice. That's why they rank number one. Take your motherfucking L, nigga. CYP out, clown.
Yo, you know you lost, right? This that part, and what was it, Menace Society? You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up. My man said Floyd fought twice. Dog, you know when he fought Oscar, it was 2007, right? And then when he fought Canelo, it was 2013, and it was a catchweight. Okay? And you said twice because I said twice because you forgetting that he actually fought Cotto at 54. So I'm sorry, bro. Again, you're wrong, man. But we'll keep taking that money, man. We're gonna stay here all night off that.
Supermax put something in the pre-pro.
Let's go, man. We need that pool, man. Daddy want pavers around the pool, people. Let's go. JT said, "Come to him. Talk to me."
All right. Topic. What's up, y'all? Topic is Errol Spence versus Canelo.
Yep.
I like that fight. And that's we was talking about that on the back call earlier. Everybody keep thinking Errol Spence is undersized for that fight. I think Errol Spence go prove them wrong, man. Somebody did say he wouldn't take that fight because of Jamal. I feel like he's friends with Jamal, but at the end of the day, business is business. And how Canelo moves sometimes, he probably would take that Errol Spence fight over that Jamal fight. And I think Errol probably just holler at Jamal and ask him, and Jamal gonna be like he don't care. He ain't gonna stop him from taking a fight. But I think I got Errol Spence taking that fight, and I got Errol Spence beating on Canelo in that fight. That's what I got on it.
Thank you, brother.
Great.
We about to kill CYP some more, man. Hold on. We got another article by Dan Rayfield when he used to work at ESPN. You know those good guys over there at ESPN, the ones that, they're pretty credible, right? Cool, CYP. I'm glad we agree. Time to screen share the proof again, man. Here we go. Boom. What does this say, CYP? What does this say? This is July 13th. And what is this? A day, maybe? Can you double check, Francis? When did Laura fight Canelo? This looks like
I'll tell you right now.
Looks like almost a day, right? Oh no, wait. I think this article might say it. To the surprise of many, Alvarez accepted a fight. Oh, you heard what that said, CYP? Mr. Oh, who the hell said Laura? Who the hell said Laura was the best at 54? Get out of here. Get out of here. To the surprise of many, Alvarez accepted a fight with Islandri Lara, a skillful southpaw, and showed vast improvement. Let's stop there, except without glossing over the fact that they sold 14,000 in the MGM Grand, and then focusing our attention on the death of CYP. This is the metaphorical gunshot in this circle in red. You guys see it? Let me make sure you're seeing it here. I don't want to be bragging. Oh, you do see it. Oh, do I need to move up a little bit or down to get you all of those words? I mean, you don't, right? Essentially, you see that it says the fight was essentially determined the number 1 junior middleweight in the world. Now that Mayweather and new middleweight champion Miguel Cotto have exited the division. This is July 13th. This is a day after Canelo beat Lara. So yet again, CY wrong. We can't even call you CYP no more. You're just CY wrong today. Yo, usually you're right, but today you're just wrong, man. You're just wrong. But it's okay, man. Listen, we would love to have a grill in the backyard as well with the pool.
There's
So
two,
just
there's
bring
two
it.
things I gotta tell you though. He got his counter punch, and you gotta go to Majimbe after. Okay.
All right. Let's go. CYP.
Score out there. Keep this score. ESPN. At end of the year, had Floyd number 1, 154. Ring Magazine, end of the year, had Floyd number 1, 154. Box Rec, at the end of the year, had Floyd number 1, 154. That's after all these articles he's reading. The actual people who vote, all those members, they put Floyd number 1. So fuck my vote, fuck Nets vote. All those men, add up all those men, add them to my tally, then see who won this debate. CYP out. Nobody cares about you over there.
Yeah. Whatever. You lose. Yell. No link. Yell. No link. Ness, facts, link. You lose. Majimbe, what up?
Yo, good okay.
Dímelo.
Happy to hear another Dominican brother supporting the show. Over there in Rhode Island, mad Dominicans over there.
Shout out to Wallace.
I don't want to see this fight. As a Canelo super fan, I don't want to see this fight because they're going to say he's picking on the smaller guy. I'm tired of them just, the haters continuing to say that, that's all he does when, nobody else fights old people. Nobody else does what Canelo does. Nobody else fights these old guys. I mean, they're all afraid to fight old guys, yeah, man, if it happens, it happens. It is the biggest money fight for Earl. It is a bigger money fight than Crawford. Triple G and Canelo, neither of them speak English. And what did they do, Ness? How many pay-per-view buys?
$1 million.
$1 million. Oh, that's nothing.
Over $1 million.
Over $1 million, and they don't even speak English. Can you imagine what Earl would do?
With Chavez too.
Oh my God, this guy doesn't even sell. I don't even know why people like this guy. It's a shame. I mean, he's bad for boxing. But yeah, that's my call.
Yeah, just to keep nailing the coffin and see why wrong. Canelo only fought twice at 60. He fought Gennady twice. He fought Jacobs once. And I don't know if you want to put in Julio Cesar Chavez, which was also at 64. I don't know. Whatever you want, champ. Just whatever you want. You're just wrong today. It's all good, man. We all have off days. R. Jonesy.
Jonesy, okay.
Got it.
R. Jonesy with the super chat. EJ, 60-40. Bud said, no fight then. There's your show.
Hey,
EJ,
man,
60-40.
No, I hear you. EJ told him 60-40, and Bud said no fight then. And look, that's a morning show then. It is what it is, It is what it is. CYP over here sending screenshots at the end of the year. Dog, at the time of the fight, Laura was the man. And then when Canelo beat him, ESPN lead writer for like however many years till he just left said that made Canelo the man. You talking about screenshots from the end. Let's look at the end of the year since you won that debate. Let's move the goalposts back. And forget about when he actually fought Laura, and I said that's when it mattered. Now it don't matter. Let's see who finished the year off as the number one middleweight, huh? Or junior middleweight. Get out of here, man. My man never want to lose, bruh. Chill, man. You make it so corny sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Oh, I'm an audio sound.
You good, champ. You good.
So what's the topic, Brian? I can't even lie to you. I'm just coming in.
Canelo got on his IG live. First of all, he made an announcement about 24 hours before, like, yo, I'm going live November 17th at 6 o'clock. And then when he goes live, he's talking about Earl and how he is willing to fight Earl at 160 when the question was brought up to him. And it just got a lot of people upset, man. It got a lot of people mad because he ain't say
so
other
he didn't bring
names.
it up. So he was minding his own business with his own fight. Somebody brought that to him.
Yes,
and
someone said to him on his live, in front of him and his trainer, who was taking questions on they live, and they was like, yo, have you been hearing Errol Spence talking stuff on interviews? And he's like, yeah, he's a great fighter, tremendous fighter. And that's a great fight to one day make. I know it's a difficulty there making it because of the weights. But, you know, we can make that fight. We just got to wait and see how if Earl can still be great. Now, one of our callers says I'm interpreting that wrong in terms of him saying whether Earl is still great. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. And then Reynoso went on to say that, you know, that they can do that fight at 160. His quote is, Errol Spence versus Canelo would be interesting. The only thing difficult is the weight class. Canelo is now fighting at 168 pounds. Since Spence would have to move up, it's a fight that could be made. Spence can start to move up to 160 pounds and Canelo down to 160. Now, it's also rumored by Mike Hoppinger that obviously Canelo may be fighting Golovkin next year on Dazn again, and that's the perfect time. That's when Earl needs to be in the stands.
We talking about 22 or something. We ain't like this. Ain't
2021.
No way.
2021. Why not? Why not? All he got to do is listen.
The first, look at the timeline. That's the first fight that's gonna happen next year. It's not gonna happen until what, like April, March? April, May.
Nah.
He's shutting the country down. Next, they're gonna shut the country down.
Listen.
January the 20th. I'm telling
you. He might take Earl first because Gennady Golovkin is scheduled first quarter, so he's scheduled like February, March time for the dude Sedimenta, which means Canelo gonna be in camp already for May. Ain't no way Gennady turning around, ain't no way DAZN doing an 8-week promotion for Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo 3. So that means Cinco de Mayo is open for guess what? For Canelo, who ain't been at 60 since 2019, he come back down. Nah, he ain't been at 60. He ain't been at 60 since 2019. He gonna come back down with Earl first. That's his tune-up. Then he go into Gennady.
Man, how you gonna leapfrog the Cholos, dude? But ain't none of that you saying making sense. I think
they don't sell the pay-per-views that Earl's selling. It ain't me. It ain't me.
So they not gonna sell with Canelo.
Listen.
They ain't gonna sell no pay-per-view with Canelo.
Listen, if Canelo says something about the Charlos, we gonna report on that too. Just like the Deontay interview with the Last Stand podcast and Brian Custer, it was multiple layers to that. So we doing multiple shows on that. Has Canelo said anything about Charlos? Did they make his radar?
Man, I mean, ain't nobody else.
Did anybody in the Canelo family see the Charlos pay-per-view? Did they buy it? Did they tell Canelo how many pay-per-views it did? I mean,
Canelo, Reynoso, all them watched that fight. Come on, Ness, you know they watched that fight, man. They wanted to see. They wanted to see if they
can.
On the radar. How they explain to me how the Cholo is not gonna be on this man's radar, man? They on his motherfucking neck. They on his neck, Ness. Look at your rearview mirror, Ness, and you see me.
Yo.
You know what I mean? How you not gonna notice me?
I don't know, man. Listen, you talking about looking in your rearview mirror, see if you see me. He ain't gotta look in his rearview to see Earl, man. He did 52,000, 54,000 in Texas, and Earl turned around and did 48, man. Like, right he making noise, bro. Y'all mad at them because he making noise. Like, he making so much noise, he got to come out publicly talking about, nah, I ain't going to step on nobody's toes. Because he already been getting offers, man. What you forgot that Adrian Clark told us they offered him the Cotto fight? Like, he that dude, and y'all don't want to believe it. But it's all right, man. I'm not gonna beat it down, y'all. I'm not gonna beat y'all down. I'm gonna end this. I'm coming right back, man. I'm coming right back with a Crawford show, man. You know what I said, man. You know what it is, yo. We want pavers, baby. Let's go.
Every day I'm hustling.
Let's go.
Every day I'm hustling.
My dogs want green grass. CYP, talk to me.
Yo, what up? I hope this $5 helping you. You know what's funny, yo? I think it's hilarious that anybody listening to you could actually see that Floyd's ranked number one before they fight, and at the end of the year after they fight, he's still number one. But y'all, in the middle of the year, Your proof is writers writing. Oh, he's number one now. Canelo's the man now. But then when they decided to vote, they didn't vote him number one. That means you have no number one. That means he wasn't number one. That's what that means. Box Red, Ring Magazine, ESPN, they didn't have Lord number one. They didn't have Canelo number one. So he didn't fight the number one guy. It don't matter what you say, Ness. You can change it and have your little followers believe you, but the facts remain. Look it up. Annual means let's calculate it. Let's see who's who. And when you need 30 seconds, when you need 3 minutes to rebuttal what I said for 30 seconds, my guy, you're taking L. You can have this. But cut
it. You the best. You the best.
Cut it. You got a rebuttal for that?
Nah, man. You the best. You the best. Muchas gracias. Thank you. The
reason why, because I just want to say something real quick. I've just been letting you know what I'm saying, rock out and do what you do, and I'm filling in every now and again. And, it's funny to see that Terrence Crawford called out Manny Pacquiao after his fight, and Canelo is calling out Errol Spence. Two legends. Well, Manny Pacquiao is a legend, right? He's a legend in his own right. Definitely. But Canelo, at this particular point, would be a bigger fight than Manny Pacquiao? Yes or no?
Is Canelo a bigger legend than Manny Pacquiao? Hell yeah, right now. I mean, living Pacquiao. I mean, I guess no. Pacquiao's still living and fighting, exactly. Man.
All right, who's next?
Nah, we done, man. We ending it. We coming right back. And if not, we definitely going to, I mean, it's breaking news, man. I got to come back, man.
Got to.
We out, y'all. Stick around, though. Whoever I owe, but we be back. We got to do this buzz show. This is what happens. You see, this is what I'm saying. Canelo said this, so we had to do the show. Now, Buzz said what he said. Whoa, we got to do the show. I thought we had to do the Bob show. No, we got to do the Bud show.
Bud, man.
All right, we out. We be right back, champs.